that is going to happen.
You needed the backup of the Senate, so that the...
No, if they also support me well and good, if they support me well and good, but I'm going also to do it on my own, Chair.
That's interesting.
Yeah, well, there's cracking the whip, but there's also just making sure that institutions are doing what they're supposed to do. The audit committee is very important. And that's why I asked whether it's giving you value. If it's not giving you value, then constitute an audit committee that can advise you. Governor, it is embarrassing that you can sit there and we sit here asking you why a pit latrine was not constructed in an Ecde. Really, I think it's a conversation that is beneath the institution of the Senate. Auditor General, are you getting the cooperation? Is the governor present in your entry and exit meetings? Or do you have senior leadership in those meetings?
We have senior leadership in those meetings, both the exit and entry. But there are so many issues to do with the failure to provide documents or explanation. And that's why these issues are that age. So that cooperation is not adequate.
Who was the senior most person at your exit meeting?
The CECs.
The CECs. So CECs, you are probably the ones letting the people of Bungoma down. Because if you're present and things are being queried like pit latrines not being completed, and then it becomes a national issue, it's either there's some laziness or this is just a true reflection of the state of affairs. Senator?
Through the chair, I would like our officers to probably mention the most notorious of them who are not responding positively to your invitation and advice, so that the whip can be cracked properly.
Yeah, in addition, on the issue
maybe Senator also wants to help the governor in cracking the whip.
the whip. Chair, maybe that I had noticed that this lack of documentation is a very serious issue. But I don't know, maybe, Governor, as you answer, have you done capacity building in your second and final term? Because Section 62 of the Public Audit Act is very clear that a non-provision of documentation is a serious offense. If some of this documentation, like the issue of impress, the issue of VCD, the issue of a number of them that has been flagged by Office of the Auditor General, they would not have been escalated to the 38 issues that is before the Senate. So, Chair, as you, violation of Section 62 in this non-provision of documents is a very serious offense, and I think it will be beyond administrative action, because if Governor will tell us, I'll do administrative action, it means only you cannot a transfer or a warning letter, but that is the violation of the Public Audit Act. So what have you done that the AG chair is not supposed to be begging for documents? Please give me an impress, give me a voucher, give me a copy of a contract to audit. An audit is a process, it's not an event as by the law. And Chair, we are not here to audit, as you have rightly put it, under Article 229 of the Constitution. We are just here to consider and make recommendations. And I think, Chair, there was a question that was asked by a number of people who followed this discussion, that after these issues have been flagged, what next? Chair, we only recommend to maybe EACC, to the governor and other institutions, so that some of these issues can be resolved once and for all. So this violation of Section 62 of the Public Audit Act cannot just be left lying, Chair. You must today pronounce ourselves, so that, because we have seen this, Chair, in many counties. There are so many counties that have issue of non-provision of documentation. That is, Governor, if these documents were there, I can assure you out of 38, maybe 2 or 3 issues would have been escalated to the Senate, including the ECD, you are talking about the pit latrines, the door missing, the stall projects, Chair. So, Chair, please, on this provision of documentation, we must pronounce ourselves as a committee to prevent further affront of the law. I yield back.
Yeah, so, Governor, I think it's a matter of concern, because we feel like there are issues in this report where if your people were serious, we would not be discussing them today. It goes further, and we also want to know, do you have a functional county public service board? Because almost 10 issues here are to do with human resource.
Yes, we do have a functional public service board which was recruited about a month ago. So they have already been inducted. The other County Public Service Board exceeded when their time expired.
Was there a gap between the new and the old?
Not really.
So it means that when the audit was being done, you had a County Public Service Board
Yes,
in place.
we did have.
Was it useful to the organization?
Not very useful.
Because we can see evidence that you do not have. And remember, 54% of what you are spending goes to employees. So your County Public Service Board manages more than half, generally manages more than half your expenditure.
Yes, Chair, you know that I adopted that County Public Service